So, rumours swell. Is Peter Parker hanging up his suit? Spider-Man 4 reportedly centres on the hero's identity crisis. So, if you remember Spider-Man No Way Home, at the end of the movie, everyone has now forgotten that Peter Parker exists and only Spider-Man the character exists. All of his friends, his family, and everybody who knew him has forgotten who Peter Parker is. He has to start again as the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. At the end of the movie, he's in that small apartment, and he has to construct his own suit and go back to basics. So we'll have to see how that goes, how that plays a factor going forward in Spider-Man 4, and how is he going to reconcile everyone forgetting who he is as Peter Parker, but the Spider-Man character remaining, alive. So let's jump in and have a read about Spider-Man 4. So in Spider-Man No Way Home, the world forgot Peter Parker's identity. Now a fresh rumor hints that Spider-Man will prioritize his superhero persona over his civilian life in Spider-Man 4. Yeah, it's going to be very strange going into that movie, knowing that everybody has forgot who Peter Parker is. Is he going to try and rebuild those connections? Or is he going to, leave them as they are, his friends and family, because they're better off without him? At the end of the No Way Home movie, he sees, Ned and MJ in that coffee shop. And rather than telling them who he is, he just kind of, he basically goes in, buys a coffee, and then just leaves them. And he feels that they're better off without him. Which was a very, very sad ending. I watched that on YouTube earlier. It's very, very sad. So following the dramatic events of Spider-Man Far From Home, where Mysterio exposed the hero's secret identity to the world, the repercussions took center stage in Spider-Man No Way Home. In desperate need of aid, the web-slingers sought the assistance of Doctor Strange. However, a spell intended to erase memories of Quentin Beck's deception went awry, fracturing the multiverse. Teaming up with the alternate Spider-Man, Peter Parker had no choice but to request another spell from the sorcerer, one that would erase not just his enemies' memories, but those of his loved ones too. Yeah, like I said, at the end of that movie, it's just so sad. The fact that everybody now has forgot who he is. A true hero's ending, that he put everybody else's kind of happiness and priorities before his own. That's kind of what the true hero is. He does stuff because it's, it's morally correct. It's what a hero would do. You put everybody else's health and safety before your own. That's what a true hero does. And he did it all without, actually being Spider-Man. He did it as Peter Parker. So it's kind of showing the true version of Spider-Man there. That's how I feel. That's how I see it anyway. So, now while the world remembers Spider-Man, his closest allies, MJ, Ned, and even his fellow Avengers, remain oblivious to the man behind the mask. According to the Cosmic Circus, the existential dilemma will serve as a pivotal plot point in the upcoming Spider-Man 4. So we have a quote here. The idea now moving forward is to give him a sense of independence, the site explains. In his mind, Peter Parker is no more, but Spider-Man lives on. Since he has either lost or detached himself from everybody he's ever loved, all he has to keep him going is being Spider-Man, whether the city loves him for it or not. As the title of Spider-Man continues to consume Peter's life, little by little, Peter Parker will take a back seat and continue to fade from existence slowly. The story point can be compared to Robert Pattinson's Batman in The Batman. Yeah, you kind of throw yourself into your superhero persona. That's exactly true what this article says. In The Batman, Bruce Wayne kind of puts himself to the back in a back seat, and his true identity becomes the Batman. He kind of gets lost in that persona, and he literally becomes the Batman. Like, the Bruce Wayne character starts to fade away. And that's what's going to happen with Peter Parker here in Spider-Man 4 by the looks of it. I really love that concept, struggling with the identity kind of politics of who you are, your kind of persona as being Spider-Man, as being Peter Parker. There's nothing left for Peter Parker. Everyone he's ever loved, known, cared about is just gone. They've all forgotten about him. And the only thing keeping him going is his Spider-Man, superhero persona. So he's going to thrust himself into that, and Peter Parker's going to start dissolving in the background. That's kind of a really, really sad story, and I think it would be really compelling to see that. The potential for Peter's loved ones to eventually regain their memories adds an intriguing layer to Spider-Man's journey. Fans are eagerly speculating about what lies ahead for Spider-Man 4. Rumours abound regarding the film's direction, with talks of Spider-Man teaming up with Daredevil and possibly Ant-Man to take on the Kingpin. I would love to see a Spider-Man Daredevil. I've been wanting that for years. Those two characters I think would be incredibly awesome fighting side by side. Sony Pictures is reportedly keen on incorporating multiversal elements, fueling speculation about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's return to the franchise. The problem is, if you bring them back again, yeah, I know a lot of fans would like it, but then would it feel gimmicky? We've already been there. We've kind of already done that, bringing them back in No Way Home. To do it again, does it feel gimmicky? Does it feel going to the well too many times? Would fans still care about it as much as what they did beforehand? Only time will tell. Personally, I wouldn't care if they're in the movie. I think it would be cool, but, you know, will fans begin to grow tired of that kind of multiversal motif, if you like? Additional anticipation is high for the MCU debut of Miles Morales. Can't wait to see Miles Morales. He's going to be awesome. I loved playing his video game, the PlayStation Miles Morales game. It was insane. It got me all the more hyped to see this character in live action. And the director's chair, Drew Goddard, has emerged as a leading contender, potentially taking over from John Watts for this installment. So last year, Holland shared his thoughts on potentially sharing the screen with Miles. So this comes from Tom Holland. Quote, "I would be honoured to bring Miles Morales into live action world. How we do that, I don't know. But given the opportunity, I would jump at it." That's from Tom Holland. Yeah, like, that would be a dream come true as well for so many fans around the world. Not just having, you know, I mean, the number one thing that people really want to see in live action is obviously Spider-Man v Venom. And they've been teasing that, giving us little drips of that kind of tease of Venom and Spider-Man. They've been playing that out for years. Whether we're going to get it at some point or not, it's hard to say, because it looks like Tom Hardy is coming to the end of playing, you know, Venom. Are they going to give us an after credit scene in Venom where he's fighting Spider-Man, or Spider-Man connection comes to fruition? That's hard to tell. But other than that, people would love to see Peter Parker and Miles Morales on screen together like they are in the PlayStation games. That would be insane. So despite the uncertainty surrounding Spider-Man's future in the MCU, fans can rest assured that the fourth solo adventure is indeed in the works. Of course it is. Spider-Man, it makes so much damn money for Sony and Marvel. It's an absolute cash cow. You know, fans can't get enough of Spider-Man, and Spider-Man generates so much damn money. It's literally the jewel in the golden crown of the MCU. Now that all of the major MCU characters, you know, Iron Man, Captain America, Scarlet Witch, all of these Black Widow as well, all of these characters have kind of left the MCU. We're kind of left with Spider-Man at the top of the pile. He's the crown jewel in the MCU of what's left of the characters, and people can't get enough. He generates so much damn money, and he's a really compelling character as well. So additionally, the web-slinger is anticipated to maintain a prominent role in the upcoming MCU ensemble films, such as Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars. As for Spider-Man 4, while specific details remain elusive, it's currently slated for theatrical release either in 2025 or more likely in 2026. So yeah, we've got a good few years before we're going to see this movie yet. Maybe 2, maybe 3 years. But if we get a good movie, it's worth the wait, as I always say. But guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Would you be excited for this kind of identity crisis kind of plot line to play out in Spider-Man 4, given the end of Spider-Man No Way Home and how that ended? And would you be excited to see Spider-Man team up with Miles Morales going forward into the future? Let me know your thoughts, comments, and opinions down in the comment section below.